My name is Brigid McCormack. I'm the Executive Director for Audubon California and Vice President of the National Audubon Society. Let me just start with a big thank you to the NRCS on behalf of Audubon California, our 150,000 members and supporters in California, our 48 chapters, and thousands who have embraced the cause of the Tricolored Blackbird. You and your team, and I really want to highlight the efforts of Alan, have been critical in keeping this bird from vanishing from our landscape forever. Let me talk about a little bit about the Tricolored Blackbird. This bird nests in massive colonies of 10,000 to 20,000 or more. And with a population of fewer than 150,000 birds, each one of these colonies is incredibly important. Historically, this bird has nested in the vast wetlands of the Central Valley. But as the habitat has diminished, they have begun establishing their colonies on dairy farms in wheat, which is what dairymen feed their cows. The problem arises when the farmers must harvest their fields before the young birds have fledged. In the recent years, Audubon California has partnered with the National Resource Conservation Service and the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service to work out agreements with farmers to delay their harvest and allow the young birds to fledge. These agreements with dairy farmers have saved tens of thousands of tricolored blackbirds, and I would argue have helped save this bird from extinction. There's still a great deal of work to be done here. A survey of tricolored blackbirds completed last year showed the bird had declined 44% since 2011, prompting the California Fish and Game Commission to approve an emergency listing under California's Endangered Species Act. This bird is in trouble and it needs our help, all of us here and all Californians. If it weren't for the efforts of the NRCS and the dairy farmers, this picture would be a great deal worse. And it is thanks to this partnership, and I really agree with Carlos, that saving this bird has to be done in partnership, that we are still in the fight to save this bird, and we are really in a fight to save this bird. Now is the perfect time to take this partnership between Audubon California, the NRCS, and the dairy farmers to a new level. And this is exactly what this grant accomplishes. While the vast bulk of this funding goes to farmers, as Carlos mentioned, and Audubon California feels strongly that this is a really important part of this project, there's also funding to create new habitat away from the farms, where the birds can safely build their colonies and start to rebuild their fragile populations. And at Audubon California, we feel this is the long-term strategy to save this bird. There's another partner, actually a lot of them, who aren't in this press release, and that's the general public. For nearly a decade, we've asked our members and others to help fund the conservation of the tricolored blackbird. And they've risen to the occasion many times, not only in funding the agreements with dairy farmers, but also habitat restoration and outreach. We're talking about thousands of people all over the country who have been inspired by the story of the tricolored blackbird. And they've given their own money, sometimes as little as $5, to help save this bird. One of the things I like best about the NRCS Partnership Program is that it validates and bolsters the contributions of these thousands of individuals who are so moved by this bird and who care about it. We're going to need those people and all of you to help save this bird, which I believe we can do. I really want to thank the NRCS and the United Dairymen and the dairy farmers who participated in this for such a strong partnership. We really believe that together we can help save this bird. I also want to thank the Sacramento Zoo for hosting this fabulous event. I am a Sacramento native and I grew up at this zoo, so it's a very fun thing to come back to. And now, with that, I would like to introduce Paul Souza of the Western United Dairymen.